Welcome back to Zakima's Ridge Homestead. Today's video, we're going to install new headlights on our 2003 Ford Expedition, so come along. Okay, I was contacted by a company called Autosaver88. They've got an Amazon store. I will put a link to their store down below and also to these headlights that they sent me. As you can see, I've already installed the right headlight. I didn't want to do that on camera because this corner of the vehicle had some damage on it, so I had to pry the fender out a little bit. And you can see on my old headlight here where the outer housing was broken and some of the mounting hardware was broken on it. So I didn't think that'd be a fair comparison on changing these headlights. But we will change this one on camera. There's no instructions per se with it, but it's pretty simplistic. I do believe these are aftermarket headlights already in this vehicle. They were in it when we bought it. They look pretty similar, but they don't have the same markings on them, so I don't think they're from the same company. You can see how nice and clear and shiny that new light is compared to the old light over here that's got all the dingy haze to it. Last night I did a video of these lights in the driveway, and after these are installed we'll do another one at the same time in the evening to see if we can see a difference in the brightness between the new lights and the old lights. So let's get started on changing this light. These are pretty simple. There's one bolt here, and where this hole's at, there's one bolt down inside. The new light has the two brackets on it, and it comes with the bolt. This bolt, when it goes down in there, I'll have to back this one off. There's a slot down in the body of the car, and that slot fits in this groove right here. So when you tighten this bolt down, it pinches the body in this space. So let's go ahead and get this changed. I'll try and do it one-handed here. There's one bolt out. There's two out. Now I had trouble with this bolt on this rear bolt on the other side, and I don't know if it was from the accident damage or if it was just because it was rusty. But as you can see on the back of this other old headlight, this bracket, this is where that bolt went, and over on this corner there's a bracket broken off there as well, and I think that was from the accident damage. So let's try and get this one out. These are all 10 millimeters. Sorry, I can't see in there real well, and it's getting kind of late here in the day. There we are on it. Okay, that's not breaking loose with the ratchet or the impact. I have to grab a ratchet and try and break it loose by hand. I'll be right back. Okay, I apologize for having to take a break there. I went and got the tripod as well, so I couldn't do ratchet with two hands. So let's break this back one loose. That should be enough, because all it does is pinch that plate in there. And this should just pop loose. At least it did on the other side. Right out of here. There's a plastic guide pin on the corners. There's a little like a ball type shaft here that goes into a clip in the body, and that bolt there. So it should, once I get this to pop loose, it should come right out. I think it went. I don't think it helps either that it goes behind the grill a little bit, and it is possible that the whole front of this vehicle is shifted from that damage in the corner. Now I wish I would have filmed the other side. It came out pretty easy. Which surprised me for the damage that it has sustained. Alright, we're coming. Feels like we might be whipped behind the bumper here. I think that might be our issue. I think the bottom of the headlight is under the bumper. Yep, pretty sure that's what it is. Almost out. Kind of wonder if in the Ford book if you're supposed to take this whole front end off or not. I know some of the newer vehicles out there call for taking the bumper cover off just to change your headlight bulbs, which is a little ridiculous. And I'm not exactly sure what we're hanging up on because all the clips are popped out. Go. Boy, nothing like watching a guy struggle getting a headlight out of a car, is there? Let's unplug the turn signal, unplug the main headlight, and there is our old headlight assembly. We may have heard a crack sound of plastic when I was pulling this out. Looks like the two alignment pins snapped off at some point. Maybe not this one, but this long one here in this corner definitely snapped off. So we need to take our turn signal lens or bulb out. The new light has got a little sticky paper cover. Comes right off of there. We can stick our turn signal back in, click it into place. Some packaging foam there, and just ready to go in. We'll put our turn signal harness back on, headlight harness, and hopefully this will go in much easier than it came out. a lot easier. Take our 2 top bolts, start them. Might as well start them by hand since I've got the ratchet. Switch over to the impact, give it a tighten. Tighten down this rear bolt. And it's that simple. They're in. Peel off the protective plastic. Now in about an hour or so, when it gets darker, we'll try these out in the driveway. Okay, I mentioned earlier, there's like I mentioned earlier, there's no instructions per se in there. It's kind of simplistic to do, just 3 bolts. They do provide a customer support 1-800 phone number. You can call them Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30, Saturday, 8 to noon, except holidays, at a 1-800 number. They have an email on a Hotmail account, and they also have online support with WhatsApp, which I've never used, so I wouldn't know how to do that. But yeah, any issues with compatibility, damaged product, installation issues, or other problems, you can contact them several ways. So we'll give this a try and see how they look in the dark. Well, one last thing I want to mention before we do the darkness test. I am so impressed with the quality and ease of installation and fitment of these lights. As you can see, when we had that accident, we also lost the driving light in this bottom corner. I will be purchasing a set of driving lights from this same company because I did see that they carry the driving lights for this, and they're supposed to be the same factory installed type. So I will be getting driving lights for these, and when I order those, I'll also put a link for that in the video down below, along with Autosaver88's store link and the link to these headlights. Okay, these are the original headlights. It's about 10 o'clock at night. It's overcast. I can see the sky pretty good, but it's pretty dark down here at the ground. These are the low beams. I think we can make out the shed there to the right. And that's really all I can make out other than the ground. Now we'll turn the high beams on. Okay, with the high beams on, we can make out the bulldozer out there in the front in the distance. Those 2 kind of shiny white things are the tags on the bottom of the fruit trees. And we can make out the driveway pretty good, and the torn up ground there to the left where we tore the pine trees out. And then to the right, we can see the shed a little bit better. So these are the original headlights, 10 o'clock at night. Well, here we are. It's just about 10 o'clock, checking out these headlights. I take back everything I've said about these headlights. They're supposed to have adjustment screws on them, and they will not adjust. At this point, I'm going to call these headlights garbage. I can't get a good focus because the lighting is weird off these headlights, but as you can see, there's the hood of the vehicle. Okay, now it cleared up. There's the hood of the vehicle, and there's my light. The left side light is pointing down at the ground. It will not adjust up at all. The right side light is kind of just washed out and dim. You can kind of see the shed a little bit better than you could with the other headlights because it's pointing off that direction and just kind of weird the way it lights. And when I turn the bright lights on, it just points at the ground. See the shed a little bit better. You can't see the bulldozer at all. You can't see the shiny things on the bottom of the apple trees. I'm going to have to take these lights out of this vehicle before I can even drive it, because even with the bright lights on, you can't see. So I've emailed the company. We'll see what their response is, but as of right now, these lights from Autosaver88 are absolute garbage. They look great, but they don't work at all. I would not recommend them to anybody. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.